Ben Macauley, head coach of the Okanagan Sun, joining me as his club gets set for the big road trip to Vancouver Island. And Ben, right now your team seems to be moving in the right direction. Your offense is starting to, I think, show signs of improvement. Of course, having Jacob back at quarterback seems to have spurred things there as well. What are you seeing from your group right now as this really weird and tightly contested season continues to roll on?
Yeah, I mean, it's great to have Jacob back in the mix, and aside from that, we were able to put up over 300 yards in rushing last week, and I think anyone who's been around junior football in Canada for the last 50 years would recognize that you got to be able to run the football if you want to win deep into October and into November. So those are positive signs for us. Passing the ball is certainly something that we continue to work on and continue to improve. But overall, we feel like our defense and our special teams give us a chance to win. So it's important for our offense to be efficient enough to win the field position battles and put points on the board and give our defense a break and be able to continue to use them to their strength.
If you guys pick up the victory this weekend in Nanaimo, you will have sole possession of first place coming out of the weekend. I think that your players are probably aware of that. They all look at the website. They see the standings. Is that in any way a discussion point for your group? Guys, look, this is our chance to grab first.
It is a part of it for sure, because we've kind of approached every week that way. This is a big game for us in the standings. Every game is a statement game for us, and I think we came into the season with some high expectations, and we haven't necessarily lived up to those. So this is a chance to prove people wrong, to prove ourselves right. So things like that, and junior football is it's important to have the home field advantage. So that's, whether it's first place or second place, those are advantageous positions to be in throughout the season. So that's the most important thing, but more than anything, it's proving that we can, beat another good team. If we can play to the level we played the last time when Nanaimo was in town here, or when VI came to us, then that proves that we can go week to week and continue to get better against good opponents.
I gotta ask, what's your reaction to the news out of Langley that Matt Blocker is no longer the head coach there? Howie Zarin's going to be taking over for the remainder of the season. I mean, they're a team that's right in the mix as well, and I know you guys are very insular focus on what you're doing, but that's big news in the BCFC to come out at this point in the season.
Yeah, well, in my third year here, I sure feel like one of the old guys as one of the coaches. I think Brad's the only one who's been around longer as head coach. So, the change change itself isn't a surprise, but in that situation, it's tough for a team to go through mid-season, especially when I think they were definitely a team on the uptrend. So. Having that kind of upheaval would be difficult for players. And, I think one people overlook is when you're coaching junior football or involved as a volunteer or even as a, paid staff, your whole family is committed to it. And so those types of changes, while they may seem minor or entertaining to some folks, we got to remember that that's someone's family that's going to be completely uprooted and changed, and that's someone's life work. So got to pay respect to that and understand that people are going to be going through difficult times because of that decision.
Ben, last time you played the Raiders at home, it was obviously a good result for your group. And when I look at the box score, which doesn't always tell the story, but when I look at it, I see Jake LeBerge had over 350 yards of passing, but 2 interceptions, no touchdowns. Then you see Mike West had almost 200 yards personally receiving, but again, didn't get into the end zone. Is that something that you're okay with, looking at it and saying, we didn't break, and they're going to get their yards, but if we keep them from getting into that end zone, we're okay with that?
I think looking back, it's great to say that, but if Mike West doesn't touch the football at all this week, I'd be very happy. But the truth is, he's a big, strong receiver who will win a lot of one-on-one battles. we've really focused on tackling and being good tacklers, because they're going to get their possessions. They're going to get their catches, much like Chilliwack did against us last week. Their receivers made big plays, and we've got to be there to make tackles. And we don't necessarily go bend, not break, but we go one play at a time. We feel like we're strong in the red zone and we can get good pressure, and we force teams to do things they're not really comfortable with. And that's going to be more of the same this weekend for us.
Ben, I appreciate your time as always. Safe travels, and I'm glad the what is that? The goatee now? That's not quite the mustache there. What's happening here?
This is known as a placeholder, Dom. You just wait.
Oh man, I can't wait. I'll see you at the field. Have a safe trip, and we'll talk to you on Saturday.
Thanks, Dom. Take care.